Okay, so first I should say sorry about the rate of the discussion session. I misunderstood the date of my time, so I forgot to understand. I forgot to attend the class of last week. So let me start this session of discussion session of ocean plant design. As a preview, I will say about the kinds of ocean plants. There are two kinds of the ocean plants. Depending on the purpose, there are two kinds of plants. First is drilling, and second is production. And depending on the installation method, this is a fixed type and float type. And one of the fixed, one of the drilling ocean. This is the page of the kinds of drilling ocean plants. There are three kinds of drilling ocean plants: jackup, semi-submersible, and drill ship. What do you think the characteristics of each others? Anyone see?
For jackup, go on, Sarah.
So jackup can go not so deep, while the other two can go deeper.
Oh, sorry, but my audio program is not so good. So, would you say again?
If you want, I can write in the chat.
Is there no harmony? In my computer, there are so many harmony, so I cannot understand what you say. So, another one?
Sarah, you need to speak close to the mic or use earphone instead.
Okay.
댓글,
Can you hear me?
댓글도 확인하셔도
Yes.
될 것 같습니다.
So I said that with the jackup you can drill not so deep, while semi-submersible and drill ship can drill deeper in deeper waters. Check the chat.
Sarah, also you may try the chatting box.
For drill ship, it's very expensive compared to the two others.
What you say?
Drill ship is expensive.
So who is saying I cannot?
It's
What?
Stanislas Gaudry.
Ah, okay. Yes, and the inspires just that drill ship. We can move the drill station where you want. Yes, it is also a good merit. How about the merit of Jacob? Yes, this is the usual in calm water, and but I think this is for characteristics, but not merits about. Yes, a little bit cheap than other things because it is not required much for techniques.
And there is a lot of space for equipment for the Jacob.
Yes. Okay, then let's go to the next page. The next page is about the other kinds of ocean plants. There are three kinds of ocean plants: mobile harbor, ocean floating nuclear power plant, and floating wind power plant. Mobile harbor is the moving. There is a mis word in this. Moving harbor moves in the ship to pick up the cargo. The crane and rubber arms attached to the obstruction pass to the outer walls of the container ship to maintain and secure the space between the ship and between the ship and ship. When the ship is safely in contact, the tongs come down from the crane and automatically lift and move the container. But however, there is no mobile harbor that is used for in generally. So what is the pros and cons in the mobile harbor? First, the pros. Noah? 안 들리는 건가? Noah? Yes, Jae-wook said that a flexible operation, yes, is one of the most good pros of the mobile harbor. Okay, then let's skip this process. And after I think of the discussion about cons of the mobile harbor, then let me say the other pros that is not mentioned in this discussion. So what is the cons of the mobile harbor, do you think? Oh yes, they says that the more expensive the conventional harbor. Yes.
There is a less space than a normal harbor. The space is limited.
I think that this is very related to expensive. I think because it cannot transport lots of cargos, so it should be it is related to the expensive of the harbor. So other things. More prone to extent. Yes, in my study, there is no pro to extent, but yes, it will be more front to extent, maybe. Other thing? Okay, then in my study, I say in my study, serious cons that we cannot use a mobile harbor in general is that in general is that it is not used. It cannot be used in the not good calm day if there is many rain or like some summer or high waves, then we cannot use anything. We cannot any mobile harbor, mobile harbor in the circumstances. So we cannot use the mobile harbor in general. Okay, then let's go to the floating nuclear power plant. In nuclear power plant, in fact, in about the same size of the nuclear power plant of the ground is not exist for now. However, the small size of nuclear power plant is exist in Russia. In my study, this is the picture of the first floating nuclear power plant, Akademik Lomonosov. This is the nuclear power plant for the small size of town that is near to the North Polar. The tower, the town is have objective to study about the North Polar North Polar North Polar minerals, maybe. However, it is very hard to transport the electricity to the town. So the Russian government made the nuclear power plant, floating nuclear power plant to the for transporting the electricity to the town. Of course, floating nuclear power plant is constructed. There are other kinds of nuclear power plants. Likewise, the Nimitz class aircraft carrier or General R4 class nuclear powered aircraft carriers. They are some kinds of other kinds of floating nuclear power plant. Then now, the pros and cons of floating nuclear power plant. What do you think of the pros of the power plant? Yes, very good. A good example of pros is to access the water for cooling. No more subject or speak. Ah, yes. the set far from population center at the standards Arnold. That safe space on land. Yeah, so there are all good things for first for floating nuclear power plant. I think its pros is quite enough. Then what is about the cons? Nuclear waste in the sea, radioactive leaking, and very expensive. Yes, or very hijacked bacteria. Oh, I have never thought about that kind of cause. Yes. Oh, yes. Very dangerous. Subject to tsunami. Yes. Also. Yes. Yes. Very safe for earthquake of ground. But yes, when the earthquake is happened on the sea, then this is very not good for subject to tsunami. Yes. Although I should write the limited fuel supply. Yes, limited fuel supply. You means that it is not good for generate the energy, right? Oh yes. Consequences for the ocean environment, yes, but it is similar to the nuclear waste on sea, I think. Okay, then let's go to the last page. This is the floating wind power. Floating wind power is as you know, the building the wind power plant to the not it is far away ocean, not the near shore, not the near shore plant. It is about is installed at the depth of more than 50 meters. Because it is not more than 50 meters, it is more economical to build the bottom parts bottom parts of the bottom parts of the plant. Sorry for Kakota. So then the last page, what is the pros and the cons of the floating wind power plant? About the installation side, stronger wind, easy installation, yes, all things. Oh, Yes, all these are good. There are many kinds of floating wind power process approach of wind power system. So it's a stronger wind easy solution mismatch interest with problem can be constructed on land and transported by boat is to move. The more constant wind with constant production. Yes, all these are a good example of pros of the floating wind power system. Very many my English writing skill of computer is not very fast, so not limited by that. Yes, it is also one of the pros. Oh, sorry. Program can be constructed around. This to work for workers are not limited by that. Yes, what is the cons of the wind power plants? Need higher level of technology, cons for costly. You write it as previously. Oh, maintenance difficult and costly is the both expensive. Yes, the quality of material is resistant seawater environment and needs underwater connection to the background, subject to weather. Yeah, subject to weather. Oh yes, yes. All things that is mentioned in this chatting are all things. Other things. I think no more. I think that I started to implement wind pretty long and costly. Yes, still, yes, it is also the kind of the expensive things. I think that, of course, even if it is floating, we should connect the generator to the ground. So the position of the wind power system, a floating wind power system, is also limited because the length of the electricity line is limited. So we should consider that too. Okay, so let me write the other things. Tomorrow is more is Maya. Methods dispersed. And expensive is more costly, so high quality material is stand, yes. Trusting high quality to subject to weather studies to implement is costly. Conventional turbine should spaced by 5 times diameter between them. Wind turbine should be spaced by 5 times your heat or type of it through. So sorry, Arno. What is the meaning of the should be spaced by 5 times the diameter between them?
It means usually wind turbine, there should be space between them. We cannot put them too close to it. And usually it's 5 times the size of the diameter.
I think that it is also limited to the ground space, or not floating wind turbine. I think it's still inconvenient. Right, also kinds of wind turbines there. Yes, two chatting are related to other things, I think. So yes, this is the cons. Thank you.
Discussion through the chatting box. Sarah, it is a new way of discussion. Good. Okay, then next is my part of lecture.